what do you think of Christopher Bell's dominance this weekend at a track that he seems to have mastered better than anybody else here in NASCAR in 2024?
Yeah, just for the Cup race, just for a moment, how historic was that to finish on the wet weather tires as they are, the damp tires, to finish a race. It's a pretty fast racetrack with New Hampshire, and to be on a mile oval and make some history there. But man, Christopher Bell, we've been talking about C Bell all weekend, and the only way you could back up that sort of faux pas blunder in the media center and giving the bombshell that is, well, if you want to see it, you can go see it. But if that wasn't like funny enough, how do you back that up? You go out and have a perfect weekend, and Seabell was the one to do it. He is now tied. Oh man, well now I'll start talking stats, and then my head spins. I think he's tied with AJ Allmendinger for four wins at a track, 4 consecutive wins in their first 4 starts at a track.
And he's raced New Hampshire 4 times in Xfinity. He's won all 4 of them, just as AJ has with the Charlotte Roval.
Yeah, Roval for Allmendinger, and then you combine that with Christopher Bell and his Cup Series wins there. I think that made 7 or 6 or something. I don't know, they were adding to it Sunday. Anyway, besides the point, that was really funny to have that sort of blunder there, and back it up with both Xfinity and Cup wins at Loudon. There's something, not only what Christopher Bell has at New Hampshire, it's just something that Joe Gibbs has at New Hampshire. We see that year in, year out. They've got that place dialed in and figured out. And a lot of the tracks are unique on the calendar, but New Hampshire, maybe a little bit more so. It just seems to be either you have it and you enjoy it, or you really don't and you hate going there and you want to avoid it at all costs. That was a really good weekend for Christopher Bell, all things considered, and they're probably going to use that blunder as the way when they unveil the news in social media, which I think will be funny too. And I heard somewhere around the bend that there might be a Joe Gibbs Racing press conference tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe there is, and I think even Bob Pockers tweeted out that there's a driver announcement. We all expect what it's going to be. Although, as Kyle Larson was teasing on Twitter, it would be really funny if Chase Elliott walks out, and that's the Chase that Christopher Bell was talking about here. But I think we all know it's going to be Chase Briscoe. Adam Lemery's in the chat room. Congrats on 100 episodes, guys. Maybe after a sweep at Loudon, Christopher Bell should buy a home in New Hampshire. That might not be a bad idea. Brandon, just getting back to the point you were bringing up about his National Series stats here. 2017, Bell won the truck race. 2018, 19, 21, and 24, he won the Xfinity race. And then in Cup in 22 and 24, he won those races as well. So 2 wins in Cup, 4 in Xfinity, 1 in truck, 7 across the 3 National Touring Series. So it doesn't matter if it's a Cup car, Xfinity car, or a truck. He is absolutely dominant at this track. And I feel like sometimes, as a driver, you just have that one track, like, maybe for Jimmy Johnson, especially when Lowe's shared the sponsorship with his car and the Charlotte Motor Speedway, that's Charlotte for him. Obviously for a guy like AJ Allmendinger, whose record Christopher Bell tied here. We'll see if Allmendinger can extend that record later this year when Xfinity comes back to the Roval. But, that would be that track for him. Maybe if you're Dale Earnhardt Jr., it's Talladega back in the DEI days when they were so dominant. But, sometimes there's just something about one place that you have figured out. And for Christopher Bell, it's definitely New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Yeah, we might start calling it Ream Motor Speedway in the coming years if he keeps it up.
There you go.